What a good time to do another video. I just finished up one of my videos, you know, and it was starting to get pretty stormy, and I made it in just in time. So let's see what's next on my list, because, you know, it's like we got some rain on here. Get that cleaned up. You know, my last video I just shot, I just about got caught in this rain. So, I've got an idea for all of you entrepreneurs. This is something that I don't have the time to pull off myself, and so why not give it out to the public and see what you guys can come up with. It has to do with PayPal and the delivery of intangible goods. Now, PayPal, you know, is probably the most used platform for buying and selling of intangible goods. And it's used a lot in the RMT markets, but it's also used for stuff like code sales. And in both of these markets, there's the seller and buyer protection is really iffy. And the reason for that is because it is so hard to figure out whether or not one party or the other is being truthful. And so I can totally see that. And so here is the issue. The issue is that, you know, someone like me who sells game codes, when we deliver the product, it's delivered via email, and boy, I'm getting bit up out here. Damn mosquitoes. If you're not careful, they'll carry you away. They're so big out here. So the issue is that when we sell these goods, that if the customer on the other end complains that they didn't get it, or that it wasn't as described, or that their account was hacked, or anything like that, then usually the seller instantly loses. Now, so what's needed with that is, because, well, let me go back just a step here and say, if you ship a good though, and you ship it through like FedEx, UPS, DHL, Postal Service with signature, one of those tracked methods, then you are able to do tracking on it and prove that it was delivered. And then it is up to them to prove that it was delivered back to get a refund. So, or, you know, it's up to, you know, like the Postal Service or UPS or whatever to ensure the delivery, and if the person says it never arrived, you know, and sometimes stuff is delivered at a door and it gets stolen, stuff like that. But in our case, we can't prove delivery. And so that is one of the things that makes it so hard to deal in this market, and why it's people who deal in this market are so anal about fraud and about prevention and about asking for things that you might think are unreasonable before they'll approve the sale. So here's what's needed. Someone needs to create a system that will allow someone like us who sells codes to you know, be a middleman for us, so that the person can make the purchase, and then they can verify that the funds were sent through this system. Then we can send our code, or anyone else who's delivering any product that's intangible can have it downloaded through there, or can you know, provide whatever details in there. And then the customer verifies it, that they received it, and we then have some sort of delivery receipt. And so at least it is posted as that they've received it. Whether or not they, you know, claim that it's not as described or something like that, well, that's a whole nother story. So I think that something like this would be an area that someone could charge 2 or 3%. And if they could figure out how to secure all of these and get recognized by PayPal, they'd have a good meal ticket there. I think that'd be a very good service. I know that we would consider using it, and it actually baffles me as to why PayPal doesn't make this themselves, because PayPal actually has the power to do this. They know when a payment's been sent. They know when we accept it on our end. and I'd be happy to have our system interface with PayPal to deliver the code through their system. And then that way it's delivered directly to the account holder. They have to log in with the username and password to access it, and it reduces a whole bunch of fraud there. And so if, we say we deliver codes, and so if we could, through an API or something, just post that information back to PayPal, and then PayPal has all the information there, and wouldn't that cut down a lot of disputes? It certainly cut down not received. It may not cut down the not as described, but it would cut down the not received, and although it may not cut down, though, the stuff like that their account has been hacked. But PayPal, here's another idea. Why don't you alert us to those people who have authenticators? Because we can trust them more. And so if we send to the PayPal email address that is listed, holy cow. Oh my. If we send to the PayPal account that is listed to the email address, and they have an authenticator, and we know that there's that extra level of security, we can trust them more. Because what is the numbers of people who get hacked with an authenticator? I think that it is so nil. It's got to be very, very low percentage, because I know how those authenticators work. And so I think it'd be hard to abuse that system. I'm not saying that they're 100% impervious, but like the government uses those authenticators for accessing government systems remotely. And while there were some cases of people, when I worked for the government, of people getting hacked and such with authenticators, it was always that they left their authenticator exposed, or it was someone in the family or something like that, someone who had access to their authenticator and knew then their login and password as well. So somebody very close to them, not just a thief who comes in your house and steals stuff and says, "Oh, a PayPal authenticator." How would they know what login, email address and password to use if they found just the authenticator? They wouldn't. So anyway, that's an idea out there for all you entrepreneurs, that if you can make some sort of service that would allow us to verify to PayPal that we're not that we did deliver the product, I would use that. So especially for the higher ticket items. And we might only use it on the first couple of orders with someone and not after, but you know what? I would be willing to pay for that service. And I'm saying I'd be willing to pay 2 or 3% for that, because on a first-time order, our fraud is a lot higher than when somebody does a 10th order or such. And so that would be very, very useful to us. So there you have it. If you come up with something, and let me know, because I'll be happy to review it. I'll be happy to talk about it. I'll be happy to test it. And if it's a good product, you're going to make a lot of money off me. So anyway, I'm Marky Dragon.